What's up, guys? Hopping into another video here today. We've got our final teenager tour here, part of the 2025 Entrepreneur Series. This one with my boy Noah with Distinct Outdoor Living. Super excited about that. First off, I gotta say thank you to Noah for volunteering to be part of our tour and our wrap-up speaker and guest. Then also, thank you so much to all the other folks that have been on this year's tour. I actually have a playlist that will leave here or however that works on YouTube, and you guys can check out all the guests that we had on for the 2025 series, all 8 folks this year. And the reason we were able to do 8 this year instead of our regular 6 is because of all the great sponsors. We had LMN, we've had Stable, we've had Equip Expo, and last but not least, Yardbook, which is sponsoring today's video. Can't thank those guys enough for getting behind not only the teenager tour, but really been a part of the Brian's All Maintenance YouTube channel for about 6 or 7 years now, before we most recently graduated from that to LMN. But without Yardbook and setting the foundation for a good CRM, for us to finally get our business out of our brain and off Excel spreadsheets and pen and paper, and finally to put it into a free CRM so we could actually do some great estimating, invoicing, and charge card on file. My gosh, Lord knows where we would be without Yardbook. All things being said, it's been a really beautiful time getting to film all this content over the last couple of weeks with all these different guests. I invite you guys to check out that playlist, and of course, all the brands and sponsors down in the description down below. We'll have links for all of those guys, so you guys can go check them out and support as you guys continue to grow your business. All things being said, Noah, thanks so much for volunteering to be our wrap-up here on our 2025 tour in series. Hope you guys enjoy all the videos, and by the time these are done, make sure you guys leave some comments down below, checking them all out, and making sure that you guys leave an encouraging word to that guest. We really appreciate it, and it goes a long way to making those guys feel loved, appreciated, and really just, you know, building community with all of you guys as we all grow our businesses together. Over now, guys, let's jump on into the video. Here we go. All right, guys, we're hopping on into it here today. Super excited about this. First off, thank God the clouds came. Yeah. Because it was 97 degrees doing the last 2 guys with Colin and Ariel. So if you guys didn't see those over the last couple of weeks, go check them out. Today we're over here, is this Elmhurst? Yeah. All right, so Elmhurst, Illinois, over here in the greater Chicagoland area. Love my Chicago people, love all you guys. All right, this is a really beautiful area. We got a lot of great stuff going on over here. I've actually seen Noah basically like grow up the last 5, 6, 7 years. Dude's awesome. I got to meet him and Christian, like just, we've all been growing up together. Yeah. I think you guys were all like 12, 13, 14. I was over here, we were doing teenager tours way back then. Oh yeah. It's crazy to see, he's like, oh yeah. I was like, last time I saw you, I think you're like a foot taller now, bro. So it's pretty cool to see how you guys grow up. You're in college now. Yep. Things are going good. So let me do this really quick. I'm gonna turn it around. I'll let you introduce yourself, and then we'll do the tour, man. So here we go.
All right, guys, my name is Noah Belize. I am the owner of Distinct Outdoor Living here in the West Chicago suburbs. This is our shop and kind of where our maintenance and enhancements crews operate out of every day. So we've been here just about 1.5 years now. We came from a storage locker just down the road. So now we're at the point where we can have a container, we can keep mulch and stuff like that here, and we can, you know, operate out of here on a daily basis versus where we were before is, you know, basically my house. You know, keep the trailer somewhere and then drive in the morning. You guys meet at my house and we kind of roll out from there. So now we're at the point where we actually have a site to meet up in the morning. We can do team meetings and stuff like that. We've got 2 trucks and 2 trailers here right now. This is a 2011 F350 that we started out with. This was our first truck that we started doing maintenance with, and before that it was renting U-Haul trucks every weekend. So it's been this is our definitely game changer for us. We've got a box in the back of it that lifts up and dumps. We could put about 4 yards of material in the back here. And it's great now. We're at the point now where it's just like auxiliary material. So if we're doing like a landscape job, we need a yard of compost or a half a yard of stone or something, we'll throw that in here and it's separated and safe, and we don't have to worry about it mixing with other stuff in the dump trailer or the dump truck.
Let's take it from the top, bro. Sure. First truck. Yeah. Okay, dude, most people would kill to have a first truck like this. All right, I gotta ask about the Distinct Outdoor Living. Sure. Give these guys a little bit more on the background of the truck. We're just scoop it up, if you don't mind me asking. Yeah. And then number 2, talk to me a little bit more, just some context for your business model. Yeah. Like what kind of work you guys doing? Are you doing mowing? You doing landscape, snow, all that? Sure. Like
our first truck, we picked it up in 2023. Okay. It's a diesel. At the time, it was like, all right, great. You know, it just happened to be a diesel when we found it. It's fine now. We do tow more with this truck than we do with the other one. Sure. So that helps out, but long run down the road, I don't think it's really necessary for maintenance rigs and stuff like that, but definitely something that's nice to have and it's cool and the guys like it. So there you go. That's nice. We recently got everything branded within the past 1.5 years here. We rebranded the company 2 years ago, right after I graduated high school. What was it before? Just like Noah's Landscaping is kind of what we refer to it as. Yeah. We rebranded, so we got everything lettered up now, our trucks and trailers and equipment. I kind of try to keep everything on brand. So we have one uniform sign going around town.
There you go.
We got a lot of yard signs around town too, so it's nice to see a truck and then 2 blocks later see a yard sign, and then maintenance guys go by and you see a trailer or something like that 10 minutes later. So
that's right.
Keep everything nice and tight.
If I scan the QR code, what does it take me?
That takes us right to our website. So it'll take you to the contact form on our website.
Smart.
And then from there, someone could fill out a contact form and it pops right in our inbox and then syncs up with our CRM.
I love that.
So yeah, so this gets used on a daily basis. At this point in the summer, we're taking it out every day for our enhancements and kind of softscape jobs. We'll take this out. Usually it's pulling the dump trailer, and then we've got a dump truck that pulls an enclosed trailer. So we'll do 2 trucks and 2 trailers on most days so that we can kind of have everything at once. So we got all of our tools kind of set up inside the enclosed trailer. The dump trailer and this guy will kind of do the majority of our materials and kind of handle, usually not mulch, but mulch, dirt, topsoil. A lot of times we're taking out a bunch of crap on an install, so we'll fill the dump trailer, put 10 yards of dirt, bricks, sand, whatever's coming out, and then we'll use it usually to go pick up plants and kind of fill it up to the brim with trees and plants, and then come back and pop those guys in the ground.
There you go. There you go. Awesome, man. So you guys, some mowing, and then a lot of hardscape, landscape.
Exactly, yeah. So out of this facility, we just have our enhancements and maintenance stuff, and then we got another facility where our construction guys lives that they have their kind of setups there.
Cool.
So they meet at the construction jobs every day and kind of go from there, and they've got their excavators and their skids set up there. This is right in town. It's like 5-10 minutes from our maintenance and majority of our work route. So we like to keep this so we don't have to go back and forth all day, because that's about a half hour down the road. So it's nice to kind of keep it separate, and we can have some stuff close, and then the other bigger stuff we keep it at somewhere else.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
You got the proven locks and everything, by the way.
Yes.
All of us have proven locks. It's funny. Like it's good. It's not cheap. But.
No, it's not. And right when I bought the trailer, that was the first thing we did, because before we were in a storage lot, so it was very communal, and there's like 100 different tenants there, so you have no idea who's in and out of the place every single day, and
who's peeping your stuff.
Exactly. So we got a couple of locks for the trailers, and then all the doors got their like handle locks as well on it, which is nice, and they've been great so far. And
there you go.
That's probably 3 years old, and we haven't had an issue with it. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And again, not to interrupt you, to go back to it. So we got the enclosed trailer.
Yep.
This is the main landscape design trailer. Okay.
Yeah. So this is our main trailer. This pretty much we can do about anything in this trailer. We'll use this for maintenance. We're only doing about 2 days of mowing a week at this point in the year, so it's not a huge priority for us, but I do like to kind of maintain a small route in town just to kind of stay in front of people's faces. And after doing a nice big construction job, it's nice to say to the customer, hey, we can take care of this for you down the line. We can do the fall cleanup, the mulch, the mowing, the enhancements, the flowers and stuff like that.
Sure.
So this is set up to do kind of all of that stuff. So we've got levels and screed rails and a mower in here and all of our shovels and stuff like that. So we can do a nice softscape install with this. We can mow with this. It's kind of like our all-in-one utility trailer. Eventually down the line, once we have a dedicated mowing crew, then kind of switch it up. I don't know if I go as big on an enclosed trailer for only mowing, but I guess we'll kind of see when it comes to that time. But yeah, this is 8.5 by 18. It's a haul about, and it's set up with the bigger axle, so we can like put our ditch witch and stuff in here if we need to. Try not to for the most part, but prior to last year, we just picked up the dump trailer last year. So before then, it was always whenever we're renting a ditch witch or dingo or something, it was going in here, and it handled it fine. It's just for daily use, I don't think I'd recommend that. But
I love the signage on the side, by the way. This looks good.
Thank you.
And this was in the last year or two. You redid all this?
This was 2 years ago. So this will be our second year with this on the enclosed trailer. I wanted to do something. I didn't want to go total wrap, but I wanted something more than just kind of like your name and phone number.
Sure.
And I personally, a pet peeve of mine is like when you list the mowing, power rake, mulch, aeration. So we don't have any services on here. It's just name, phone number. Yeah. Looking back, I probably wouldn't even do the website and just stick with a QR code. But other than that, it's just I like to keep it as simple as possible and try to keep
this portion
everything.
Right here is always a struggle.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you do with this last third?
Yep.
Or quarter? Yes. And I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a professional graphic design company do that for us, along with our logo and business cards and kind of everything. So once we had like the website and logo and business card done, they just kind of piecemealed all that together and came up with that for the trailer. And I was like, all right, it's something different. It's not just, again, your name and number, and it's not your 20 services on the side of the trailer as well that no one's reading or doing anything with. So try to keep it simple. And I think going forward we'll probably stick with this and keep each enclosed trailer and truck pretty similar so that the fleet looks nice and matches.
I love it.
Yeah.
Looking good, man.
Thank you.
Looking good. First trailer.
Yeah. Hindsight, it probably would have gone white, but at the time.
Well, Christian went maroon, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That probably sticks out like a sore thumb. But so it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, it's tricky now because like, sure, I love it, but I would never be able to replace it for what this is worth. So we'll rock with it for the next few years and maybe roll it out as, you know, something else that we're not using every day. But we've got the white lettering on here. I think it, you know, it looks nice.
The body looks pretty clean.
Yeah,
like
it pops.
There's no rust on any of this thing.
No, yeah. So and that's the thing too, is like it's only got 80,000 miles on it. We bought it with like 60 something.
Wow.
So we're all around town, so we don't put a ton of abuse and, you know, miles on our trucks, which is nice. So the goal is that they last, you know, 10 plus years. We can get out of a new truck.
Sure.
But yeah, this thing's been great. I really haven't had any issues with it or any qualms. We don't plow, so that is one thing. I've never put a plow on any of these trucks yet, so there's no abuse from that.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but down the road, that's probably going to happen. So
there you go.
See. Yeah.
Love it. All right, where are we following you next?
Yeah, so over here we've got our dump trailer. This has got some kind of minor branding on there. It's probably better to see from the other side, but we've just got our logo and kind of, you know, QR coded number on the side of the dump trailer. Just something subtle to let you know that it's ours, basically, when we're rolling around town.
Smart.
It's 7x16, so I went a little bit bigger than, you know, of a dump trailer than most do. So we're looking at like 6x12s or 7x12s, and my thought with it was we don't do a ton. Like, I'm not putting like 6 tons of, you know, gravel or dirt or in here. It's mainly we're filling it all the way up with plants to, you know, install a job, or we're filling it all the way up with spoils from, you know, something that we're taking out. So having the extra footage on it is nice because we can fit about 10 to 12 yards of material level with the top, and then eventually if we wanted to do sides or something like that, then I don't know, sky's the limit. I don't know, 20 yards of mulch or something I'm sure we could throw in here.
There you go.
So it's been great, and it's nice too because we'll move our dingo and ditch witch around with this, and, you know, sometimes our construction guys will use it too to move around their skid steers and excavators as well. It's great. I think it's 14,000 pound rated, so we can put a full-size bobcat or excavator in here just fine and have no problems with it.
And you're getting more and more into landscapes and all that. So all the landscaping trucks and trailers and the mini skid. How's it been going from maintenance to landscaping the last couple of years? A lot of younger guys are aspiring to do what you're doing.
Yeah, it's been a great transition. I mean, so we started out in high school really just doing the maintenance, and then the past 2-3 years we started, you know, investing more into softscape stuff and doing your $10,000 to $20,000 like front backyard install.
Sure.
Now we're doing kind of full scale design build stuff, but in my opinion, and for the backyards that we're dealing with that have gates on them that are 36 inches wide, 42 inches wide, we need small equipment to get in there. So we picked up this ditch witch this year. This is in SK 800. We've got some branding on here too, which is nice. That was one of the first things I did, was took off all the decals and kind of leathered it up with our stuff on there so it all matches.
Looks great.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a 36 inch wide machine, which is great. We can get in basically anywhere we need to go. We've got a bucket, you know, digging bucket, forks, and an auger set up on it, so we can really get anywhere we need to go, and it lifts up enough to dump in the dump trailer, dump in the back of the dump truck. It's great. I mean, it's been super handy, just unloading trees and, you know, lifting heavy dirt up into trucks and trailers, digging out patios, of course. We've got the auger on it, so if we're doing a bunch of trees or arborvitaes in a row, we got a 30-inch auger bit on it that we can spin around and then dig trees by hand, so that's nice, and the guys love that.
What were we using before though?
Before we were renting them. So we, like past 2 years, I just try to line up a couple jobs and we just rent it for a week or rent it for a Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we got to the point where we're just like, all right, we need this thing like twice a week. And it's like, okay, well, I looked in a couple options. We looked at the Toros, we looked at the Bobcats. Ultimately ended up going with the ditch witch. I don't know, my opinion is that they're built the best. I know Toro's got a great platform too. We've rented those in the past and never had any issues. I just like the ditch witch family a little bit better, and our dealer's really great too. So we've got nice support from them. They're like 30 minutes up the road, and they've got like a mobile service truck and stuff like that. So if something goes down or happens, they'll come out and take care of it for us, which is really nice. And the rates and kind of, you know, the offers were great with this too at the time when we bought it. So I was able to pay cash for it and not have to worry about like other things that were going on with the Toros at the time, and they weren't really available and whatnot. So yeah, we got this just in April. We've been using it all year. I think it's got about 50, 60 hours on it. So not crazy, but enough to the point where it's, you know, better to have it than to constantly run it and deal with driving back and forth from the rental house at Home Depot like twice a week.
Trust me, I get it. That's why we went with the Sal, you know, with the Bobcat.
Yeah.
Dude, like, just even if I get a delivery coming in, and I can just get forks on it and just put something on a rack, just to have it makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah, and we do a lot of natural stone, like outcropping stone throughout landscape. So a lot of times, same thing, we'll get pallets of that delivered, or if it's a few, we'll pick them up. But just to be able to lift that off and not break our backs, or again have to deal with going back and forth from the rental house to get one for 3 hours of moving stones around, just makes it worth it. And it's great to have here too, to scrape up things and clean it and lift pallets and move around stuff. So
ambitious viciously lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So
I'm
it's
with ya.
great. It's a Swiss Army knife for us right now. Like for bigger stuff, obviously we have, you know, full-size bobcats and a couple excavators and stuff that we'll bring in, but this is great and kind of the Swiss Army knife for all things, you know, small landscape jobs. Even mulch too, we found ourselves using it for just a, you know, 10, 20 yard mulch job, scoop out of the trailer with the mulch, so we don't have to do it by hand. And once you have it, you can just find like almost 10 more uses for it every other day.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats, dude. That's
Thank you.
huge.
Yeah.
I know getting your first machine, second machine for some of us out there, it's like, it's huge,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Behind here, we've got a 2025 F550 XLT. I have a funny story with this. So we actually got it in November of last year, but I had been waiting, I think I waited 10 months for it.
Okay.
So I placed the order like Christmas of 2023. And then we got to the point where I was like, all right, you know, we were like 4 or 5 months out, hopefully at that point. And then it gets to like April and they're like, oh, we have no idea. And then it's like July, oh, maybe soon. And then it's August and, oh, we don't know. And then I get an email in September saying, you got a scheduled build date. It's like October.
Yeah.
And then October comes, Halloween passes, and then it shows up like 2 weeks later. So
Mine just got bumped, my new truck, to a 26.
Oh, jeez.
I don't even know why. It's like, it's July.
Are they charging any more for it? Or is
it was like $200 more.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it was kind of a wash.
Yeah.
Which I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
By the way, what's the little critters in the woods? Like, not cicadia, right? Whatever they're screaming back here.
Oh, yeah, the crickets?
Crickets? Yeah, dude, they're crazy over here.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're surrounded by woods and we got a creek right behind us too. So yeah, there's
Makes sense.
lots of nature going on here.
All good. It's fun, but yeah, same thing with my truck. They're like, oh, it's technically a 26 now, model, and I'm like, it's July. Like that's kind of weird to me, but it is what it is. So my other truck though, I waited a year to the date for it.
Oh wow.
So if you guys are ordering trucks or thinking about growth, you know that's something to factor in.
Yeah.
That you never would have thought about unless you can find something on the lot.
Yeah, I got lucky. So my personal truck too, that's not here right now, I just picked up last week and I ordered that one back in May. So we were much better on, you know, in terms of delivery and you know, build date with that. I only waited about, it was like 10 weeks or something, which is great compared to this thing.
You would think an XLT would be quicker.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is an XLT. My personal is a Lariat, so it's like, you know, I don't know how that's any quicker. You know, it's the diesel and everything. It's got all the options, but you know, this is an XLT. I went a little nicer on it. It's got some options. You can take a look inside here.
Yeah.
It gets used every day, so we've got like, you know, it's nice. I think with all the 2023 and up model years, you got the wireless Apple CarPlay in the center, so the guys love that and definitely take advantage of it and use that. And we've got kind of like the power seat and the heated seats and stuff like that. So I went a little nicer with this one just because it's our first, and I'm still driving it a good amount, so I wanted it to be something that's, you know, nicer. We got the power mirrors and stuff like that.
The crank windows like Christian.
No, yeah, fortunately not.
I was like, Christian, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, there's times to save money.
Exactly.
I'm just messing, Christian.
So I think going forward, I think we'll do probably XLs with maybe the couple options, but this was a nice good one to start out with, and it was like $4 or $5 grand more to get like a bare bones one to one that I'd actually look forward to driving a little bit. It's like, all right, let's do that for now, and then we don't have to worry about it. But it's long. I did the crew cab with the extended bed as well, so we've got room in the back. Got some, looks like leftover McDonald's there.
There you go.
Crew cab in the back, so we can fit 5 guys in here really comfortably, which is nice. So for maintenance, sometimes is what they're using, sometimes that, just kind of depending on how many guys we got going out on the route that day.
Yep.
But it's really comfortable and the guys love it.
Yep. And it's nice when they're not sitting on each other's laps.
Exactly. So like that one's an extended cab, so it's nice. You know, we can throw tools and stuff in the back, but it's a pain in the butt to throw like a guy or two in the back seats. No one's having fun there.
Exactly.
And then we ended up putting a switch and go on this. This is a switch and go. I think it's the 11-foot system.
Okay.
So we've got the big dumpster box on it. It's a 15-yard dumpster. Eventually down the line, the idea would be we do like a flatbed or a mason body or something if we ever start salting or ever want to do anything else with it. But
sure.
For now, it's just nice to have the flexibility of dropping the box to the floor, driving away, and then we can load it with the mini skid. We don't need a full-size bobcat to reach up there, which is nice. So we can drop it down. It's got the back barn style doors, and it's got a side door on the other side too. That's 4 feet, so you can load full-size pallets in and out of there, which is nice. So we'll load this thing up with trees and kind of unload and offload. And we did 2 toolboxes on the side as well, just for tarps and kind of miscellaneous stuff.
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah, this thing's been awesome. It's been a game changer for us this year, just to put, before that thing we were putting 4 yards of mulching at a time and going back and forth from the mulch yard like 5 times a day. Now this we can put 15 yards in and be good for 2-3 days, and you don't have to worry about running back and forth all day, getting more material.
Can't beat that.
No.
It seems like a lot of folks in the Chicagoland area, even more like urban, tighter areas, have a lot of these roll-off setups. Like I know you do, Christian does, Callan did. Like I think this is a super smart setup, as long as you can, like you said, pallet the 10, 15 grand
exactly.
upfit. Yeah.
So I was like, let's do it. I don't know if I do it again. I think it's nice to have 1 or 2 of them in your fleet as you grow. I think our next truck's probably going to be like a 450 with the stainless mason body or steel mason body for maintenance. But it's been great, and I definitely don't regret doing it. It's a nice, again, Swiss Army knife to have to, oh shoot, I got to go get something, drop off the box. The guys don't need the truck, so we can leave the box and come back. And eventually, if you get to the point where you've got multiple, then you can just kind of drop off a box, pick up another one, go dump it, and you can just kind of go back and forth. I know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Christian and some guys have a few, so you can kind of just go back and forth when you're digging out a patio or you got 30 yards of material coming out of a job, rather than sitting there waiting for them to fill it and kind of going back and forth that way.
What's your thoughts here as you maybe are like talking to your younger self, right?
Yeah.
Like your 14-year-old self who's pickaxing things out. He's got the little utility trailer.
Yeah.
He's like, how the hell do you have a $90,000 truck at 18 years old, right?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? How do you get that far at this age, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what everybody's gonna think. Well, is it mommy's and daddy's money? Like, dude.
Yeah, no.
And I know your story. It's nothing like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we started out with a tractor that I got for free from my godfather. It was a Craftsman, like I think from 1995. My brother's since converted it into a go-kart and he's zipping around town with that.
That's right.
We had that with a trailer that I built myself out of plywood and an X-Mark, like 30-inch commercial one that I bought off Marketplace for like $600. And before that, it was my dad's mower. But that's kind of how we started. And then got to the point where I was getting everything delivered. I was calling during high school and scheduling my mulch to be delivered for the end of the school day. So
at lunch break.
Yeah, get out and get that done. And then we'd show up with the tractor and a couple shovels and pickaxes and wheelbarrow on the back and unload. And then I was like, all right, I need a truck. So we're renting U-Hauls too on the weekends to get stuff around for fall cleanups and putting 2 yards of leaves in the back and then dumping it all back and forth all day.
Just making it happen.
Yes, then we cash flowed enough. We saved up enough money to get this thing. Then I had this for about a year and I was like, all right, now we need a trailer because I can put all my tools and stuff in the back, but I gotta go to my house, grab the tools, come back, drop off the material and go back and forth.
Right.
Enclosed trailer, and then just kind of started, kept going and growing from there. And after that, it was a dump trailer and a truck and another truck and a personal truck now and this thing. So it takes time. I mean, nothing's been quick. Everything's about a year apart, and kind of try to plan it that way so that I can grow the speed of cash, but also leverage myself if I have to and borrow if it makes sense. Just kind of depends.
Love it, man. Yeah. We might take a quick commercial break here because it's starting to rain. My windows are down, and we're finally catching a shower around here. It hasn't rained. You know what our mud needed? More rain. It's one of those deals this year. All right, so quick time out. We'll come on back and we'll reset. Hopefully quick pass and shower and we'll regroup. 1 sec. All right, guys, we're back here. No, what the heck just happened, dude?
I don't know. We got like 6 inches of rain in 20 minutes.
Yeah, dude. And the lightning.
I got a gauge out here.
The lightning is crazy. Look at that whole area, dude. That's flooded, dude. All right, so where are we going next, man? We got the trucks, trailers.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do sea container?
Sure. Yeah, we got a few things in here.
All right, cool. Everybody, big thumbs up for Noah being a good sport because we just lost a half hour, but we're just catching up talking. So here's your sea container.
Yeah, so it was a 40-foot high cube container. So we got, I think it's about 9'6" ceilings, which is nice. So we got some room for pallet racking, additional storage. And
it's weatherproof.
Yeah, it's weatherproof.
We can tell.
Exactly. That's the big thing. We just kind of got our overflow equipment in here. So we do residential snow. We don't do any commercial at the moment. So we got like 10 or so snow blowers kind of lined up in the back. We got those all buttoned up and everything, and our shovels and a little bit extra bag salt from the winter. So that can all stay nice in the back, out of the way. We've got our dishwitch attachments in here. We've got 30-inch auger, 12-inch auger for piers and pylons, digging bucket, forks.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot of miscellaneous stuff. So we got like a power rake, bush carts, gas tanks, extra concrete saw there.
Do you have lighting ran in here? Does it work?
Yeah, lighting ran here. Yeah, the battery's out right now, so I'm charging it. But yeah, that's great, especially in the winter. So we got a 12-volt lighting system. There's a solar panel actually on top of here, so it'll self-charge. And we've got little 110 outlets, so you can plug a fan or charge phones and stuff in here, which is really clutch if we got to work on something quick.
Right.
This is new as of the past year as well, so it's not super dialed yet, but it's got some pallet racking and kind of a little bit of overflow storage. So
just the basics.
Exactly. Eventually, we'll kind of build it out a little more. I'm going to do like pipe racks on the side and stuff for drainage and figure out a better system to kind of keep the mini skid attachments together and not all over the place. But yeah, it's great. It's just nice to throw stuff in here. We usually store our ditch inside too when we're not using it every day, so we can kind of keep that out of the weather.
Sure.
And any other extra mowers or something that we're not using, on a day, we'll put them in here. Then we don't have to worry about lugging them around on the trailer all day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on the sea container and all the growth, man.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's filling a nice bottleneck that we have right now with obviously not being able to have an indoor facility at the moment.
Right.
So yeah, and here we've got it set up to where I've got a V-Ride 2 and a Toro 30-inch mower inside of here. That's kind of our main mowing stuff. We got a couple trimmers, mainly Echo stuff, I guess. A couple backpack blowers, hedge trimmers, augers. Pretty much everything you need to do, you know, a landscape job, a little patio or mow. And then, like I said, when we're not mowing, we'll just kind of pull the mowers out and throw them in the container and get them out of the way.
Yeah.
All of our yards are small. We've got, like, everyone's got a gate that's, you know, 36 inches or smaller to fit in. So I'd love a 48-inch, 52-inch mower, but it doesn't make sense. So.
Doesn't make sense over here.
Yeah, exactly. So the 30-inch is great. We can get that in all of our backyards. Some backyards will fit the V-Ride in, but honestly, it's probably like half of them that actually that thing fits in.
Right.
And then we'll tag up the front yards with that. We got a bagger for it. We're bagging most of our stuff here, just kind of what others in town do.
Yeah.
The other thing too that I'm big about is just trying to keep things as organized as we can. Obviously, we kind of got shit thrown everywhere right now, but we've got all of our stuff kind of in nice, you know, pack out system. So, like for instance, this kind of pack out here is set up to do irrigation repairs. So, like, take a look inside of that really quick. So we've got all of our kind of, you know, couplings and, you know, tools and screwdrivers and, you know, 90s and T's. So basically, when we hit a sprinkler line, we can fix it in like 5 minutes. You know, guys just come in here, grab this, we're good to go, rather than having to run to the hardware store and get, you know, your fitting and your part.
Sure.
So I'm a big believer in that. Then we've got, you know, same thing, pack outs with different kinds of bolts in it. I've got a full kind of mechanics tool set in here, so we can usually fix almost about everything that breaks on site, rather than having to take it somewhere or, you know, go back to the yard and grab some tools. We've got a sod cutter in here as well. We use that on almost every install.
Yeah.
To get stuff out. And this is kind of our stack of, you know, miscellaneous designs from the summer. So
There you go.
everything we completed here. This is what our team works off of in the field. So we'll take a to scale landscape design, and then from there we install. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we've got, you know, a nice stack of those, and our team's great at, you know, using to scale, you know, designs in order to, you know, actually transform something into something. So it's great to hand them a design and, you know, 100 plants, and they can figure out and measure out beds and spray them out and paint them in the lawn, cut them out, or, you know, remove existing stuff and put a new material. But yeah, it's a great setup. I love this trailer. You know, it's definitely turned into a little bit more than I wanted to, with it being maintenance and kind of construction at the moment, but it works great, and I think it's a great setup for anybody starting, you know, especially in closed trailer, because one, you can lock it, you don't have to worry about, you know, constantly putting your stuff away with an open. But the other thing too is, you know, you got the signage and the billboard kind of on the side of the road, which is nice too. And we
That's huge.
Definitely get a lot of calls, and everybody sees us around town, even though we've only got a few trucks and trailers, which is nice. So keeps the name recognition up there, and, you know, lets people know who we are without, you know, having to go crazy. So
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, congrats on all the growth, man.
Thank you.
This is huge. Oh,
Yeah.
nice little air compressor too, right?
Yeah, well, air compressor.
There you go.
Batteries. We try to keep everything Milwaukee, just so everything's on the same battery platform. Just
Yep.
what I picked when I started. I'm sure DeWalt's got nice shit too, but
Yep.
yeah. So that's it. Again, we just try to keep, you know, everything with us, drills and, you know, drivers and saws, so we can, you know, just about fix everything that we need to and tackle just about any project without having to kind of, you know, grab more stuff or come back to the yard 4 times a day or run to Home Depot, you know, 3 times a day. So
Super smart.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. All right, bro. We'll be wrapping it up here, or what do you got?
I think that's it for the moment. My personal truck's back at home, so that's about, you know, the other thing we got. And then our construction team operates out of their own facility, so they've got their couple skids and bobcats and a couple excavators and trucks there as well. But that's it for here.
Well, shout out to Chicago weather. We've had
Yeah.
97 degrees. It was real feel 104 we looked earlier. Now we got torrential downpouring rain. So it's been a day. Chicago's just blasting me with heat and rain. But I'll let you wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? And congrats on all the growth, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. So we're just at Distinct Outdoor Living on about everything. I think we got Instagram's probably our most active platform. After that, Facebook, just kind of everything goes onto there as well. And then we got a YouTube channel as well that we just kind of post project videos and wrap-ups on some shorts. But yeah, Distinct Outdoor Living, and I really appreciate it, Brian.
There you go. All right, brother. Well, great work, man. And we'll catch up with you here on the next one.
All right, sounds good.
There
Take
you
care.
go.